A few years ago now, before the world went a little crazy, I went to Thailand for the winter. I didn't have any money, but I did have a guitar and this trunk I'd made. Not an elephant trunk, but a box on wheels that held a couple of amps and a microphone, a solar panel, batteries, everything I needed, and a little studio. I basically bought a 5-month kind of return ticket, and the idea was to go and try and make an album in Asia as authentically as I could. So the first thing I needed to do was basically make some money. By the time I'd got there, I only had about £90. But that was enough if it went wrong to change my ticket so I could fly back to Europe. So I basically landed at Bangkok and kind of nervously went across town to the Koh San area. I kind of tried to save my money, so I walked most of it. It's about 6 miles. I was knackered, to put it mildly. Found a cheap room, well, 300 baht, 390 I think it was, and went and basically just set up anywhere. The first kind of street intersection I could find, I just went for it. I've never played anywhere quite so noisy in my life. Anyway, the mission was to see if the police would allow it, and they did. So I kind of played my set that I'd been playing. It was all Bye Bye Love and Almost Heaven, West Virginia, stuff like that. It went down really well. I got a bit of money. The next night I got some more money. A few nights later I found myself down in a place called Trap. A friend had given me a contact, somewhere to head to, a musician that he'd met a year before. He ended up letting me stay for a night or so. We did a recording, made a video, good times. His name's Peen. And then I went and played in their market. I couldn't believe it. I made 1,800 baht in a couple of hours. My bag had filled up with notes. I'd never been so well received in my life. I don't think they'd ever seen a Western tourist rock up to their market and just like give it max. I'm not brilliant, but as far as they were concerned, I was authentic. Anyway, on and on this went. Went all over Thailand, even did it in Cambodia. After about 3 months though, I was tired. I was also tired of being called a phalang everywhere I went. I found it quite insulting. Even though they were just referring to me as foreigner. I just thought it was rude. And I was tired. I basically had found this small hotel in a place called Ban Lam Narai. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go and hang out there. I'd saved up about 300 quid at this point. I was stuffing money everywhere. I'd never had it so good. Every night I was staying in a hotel, eating wherever I liked, drinking what I wanted, travelling wherever I wanted, just do what I wanted. It was great, but I was tired. Anyway, I had to get myself across the Buyai Junction. Had to get myself across the Buyai Junction. The busman let me down again. To get myself across the Booyah Junction, I longed to ride the steely wheels and catch that morning train. Been everywhere and nowhere, had no fixed abode. I was starting to boil over, thought I might explode. But booyah, I bought my ticket and climbed aboard that rickety train. Oh, we moved slowly through the country, stopping every now and then. The wind was blowing through my hair, old folk jabbered, good times passed by. Station master pulled their levers all the way back to Landarai. At Landarai, I checked into the hotel. I basically just relaxed for a couple of days. I had a little studio with me. And I'd basically written a song. A couple of days before, I'd found myself in this village at about 6 o'clock in the morning, watching the monks going from stall to stall, exchanging prayers for offerings, and watching the whole world go round. I was having a problem with my insurance company for my van. I hadn't read the small print properly and they'd renewed my policy. I didn't know anything about it until they were demanding X amount of money, which I couldn't really pay, and I couldn't get out of it. And I was really annoyed and frustrated. But it was watching the monks in the morning and thinking about karma when it dawned on me. Karma had just caught up with me. When I was young, I tried to make money selling insurance. I was rubbish at it. Didn't have the courage to ask for the business, really. Didn't really believe in it. I just wanted to get rich. All the ingredients for disaster. Anyway, once I'd realised karma had caught up with me, I felt happier again. And so I wrote this. Karma caught up with me, 'cause when I was younger, I behaved like an asshole. Now it's plain to see how karma's got a way of catching up with you and me. Around, comes around, goes around, comes around, something like that. Anyway, after a couple of days, I chilled out. I was happy again. I went to get the bus to the next town. They kept me waiting for an hour, then another hour, then another hour. Then they told me it was cancelled. So, with gritted teeth, I put my thumb out. I did actually hitch a ride with this really nice soldier called Twat. Interesting name. Anyway, he dropped me off at this town. I went and played. Did alright. And off I went. Now, would I recommend busking in Asia? No, I recommend taking your own money. Would I recommend using their public transport? No, I recommend to myself, if I do that again, I'm going to actually make a solar charging, I think I'm going to have to buy the batteries there, but I'm going to make a solar charging electric vehicle that folds into a flight case or two. Maybe pay the 50, 60 quid or whatever I have to get it across there. But what I'd like to do is get out of that airport and actually assemble a self-charging machine so I can travel easily at leisure from town to town. That'd be a lot more fun. And I think I'll take money this time. It was great fun doing it by, a wing and a prayer. But essentially, you can play with an open hat there. You can play with an open hat anywhere in the world. But I'm not sure whether it's strictly legal, because you're not really supposed to be working on a holiday visa. Anyway, it was a brilliant, brilliant experience. And that was around Christmas time. So there's a little story. Merry Christmas time.